All right, what's up, guys? So this is a topic that I've recently seen start in one of the groups on Facebook. Can't remember if it was the MT6 or the mid-tier group, but it was talking about height over bore and what type of zero that you want to run on your general purpose rifle for your 12 o'clock mounted dot. Now this is going to be specifically pertaining to the 12 o'clock mounted dot, and because of the height over bore that you're experiencing with this, it's about 4.5 inches for my setup right here, and that's about what it's going to be, between 4 and 4.5 for any standard height one-piece mount for your optic, for your primary optic being 1.75. You're looking at about 4.5 inches center line of optic to center line of bore. So what I usually do is generally a roughly 100-yard zero that I'm going to do. You could do a 50 as well. That'll also work, although things are going to be a little bit off. But as you can see here, even still, the 50-yard group pretty much meshed with the area that I was aiming at here. So this was my aiming point, being is a dot. My eyes aren't the greatest. I'm blind, go figure. So I need a little bit bigger of an area to actually aim at. But as long as you hold it relatively the same spot with each shot, you're going to produce relatively good groups. So as you can see right here, I got 1, 2, 3, basically center line with the 50-yard. I move back 1, 2, 3, center line there for the 100-yard, and then 200-yard, 1, 2, 3. Now you might ask, why don't you worry about distances further than 200 yards, 300 yards, further, so on and so forth. I have an 8-power optic here. Truth be told, I'm not really going to worry about anything outside of 100 yards with this dot. That's going to be this guy right here. Within 100 yards, that's primarily what you want to practice with and focus on your primary dot or on your secondary dot. But that being said, you can see right here, be a little bit left. These are my 3 shots. Now, I can just barely make this out, and being as that's a 2 MOA dot, it's covering a roughly 4-inch area at 200 yards, so an area about yay big on this target. So essentially my dot is covering up that, so I'm within the blue, so I'm still good with that. But don't overthink it. It's not complicated. Zero it at 100 yards. Understand that your height over bore is going to be the reasoning for that. Now if you're doing a standard 1.5, 1.75, I believe it's a 2.5 inch height over bore is what it ends up being with this guy here for your primary optic, and you're just running that, and you want to run, say, a combat zero, a 36 and 300 will work. A 50 and 200 will work. It's just going to depend on what you want to do. Now, keeping in mind, these are going to be for barrel lengths 13.7 up to about 16, 18, even 20 inches. It's going to line up pretty good as well. But just understand your primary zero. Me personally, for this guy here, because I've got an MOA steady line, I just do a 50-yard zero on my primary optic, and I do a 100-yard zero on this guy right here.